Apologies for the van being an absolute mess, but I had such a profound experience that I just did not even bother tidying up. I just ran into the van to record this, to share, because there's a lot going on in my mind, and I feel like putting it out there is gonna both help me and potentially help somebody else understand spirituality in some sort of a way, shape, or form. Hello and welcome to Productively Mindful. My name is ailandas.sulcas and I speak about everything mindfulness and spirituality, and I post videos weekly. What happened today is I told to a few of you that I spoke with during the 3 1-hour long calls that basically, when it comes to meditation, I've been asked by quite a few of you, how do I know when I can increase my meditation practice? How can I know when I can make it longer than it normally is? And the simple answer is when you feel like it. When you meditate, and at the end of the meditation, the first thing that pops into your mind, or very soon something that pops into your mind, is something along the lines of, oh, I wish I could have sat for longer. That is a very good indication that you should and you can increase your meditation practice. There's obviously a lot of constraints. There's things like work, kids, preparing meals, all kinds of things that we have to make sure that we do responsibly and in time, right? And that can get in the way of this practice, which is fine. Like, these are priorities, right? It's completely normal. But that doesn't mean that you have to sit in the practice the whole time of the practice that you spend in one sitting, right? You can split it over several sittings if you want to, but that's beside the point. Basically, I felt like I can increase my meditation time because I can afford the time, and this is literally what I do for a living, right? I make these videos, I speak to people, I help people find their way in spirituality and mindfulness, and I walk the talk. I do it daily as if my life depends on it. And so I increase my meditation. For some of you that watch my meditation video, which I'll link in the top right hand corner and underneath this video, I talked about my meditation practice, which is 45 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes roughly when I go to sleep, when I'm in bed. So I increased the morning one by about 15 minutes. So in the morning now I meditate for an hour, and when I go to sleep, it's however long I can until I fall asleep. So the hourly meditation, I only started yesterday because I had a really overwhelming urge to increase it. Now, yesterday I was a little bit dehydrated because I'm back on quite a strict diet now because I want to feel better in my body, stop eating all the processed stuff. So I don't naturally drink a lot of water as is, but especially with the diet, drinking a lot more water is very, very crucial. So I wasn't drinking enough water. As a consequence of that, my body wasn't functioning as it should be, and then I felt very tired. So if anyone has done meditation in the morning when they feel tired, not rested, you know the classic head jerk as you're meditating backwards or forwards, you know. So that's what was happening. However, meditation is meditation, still a practice, and I'm still getting better, right? So I took it as it came. I accepted it. I didn't judge the situation. I didn't judge the lack of results because there are no results to expect. So today was completely different. So different that it actually showed me a perspective of what people mean when they say that the practice of mindfulness and spirituality will present you with situations where it makes you feel worse. It makes you feel like your world is falling apart. And I am almost kind of getting an existential crisis right now. But it is beautiful. And let me try to explain it as best as I can, because it's still blowing my mind. So what I realized through the intense sense of presence, through trying to cultivate awareness in the meditation, through trying to go deeper into the void, into the space of presence and silence, not avoiding emotions, not avoiding experience, not avoiding whatever is going to unfold in front of me because it's reality. By going deeper into the experience, I understood something that completely shattered my understanding of what reality is. But luckily, the fact that I have been practicing mindfulness and spirituality allowed me to gather those shattered pieces together and make some sort of sense out of it. So what I mean by shattered reality is the reality that I understand, which I know is not necessarily the true reality, but the reality that I understand, that the majority of us understand, is the physical object-based reality that is in front of us. Reality just is, right? It simply is. It came into existence and it will end out of existence. Everything that comes into existence will end. There's no other way about it. Everything has a start, everything has an end. That is clear, but we don't think about that because it's irrelevant. It is way beyond our lifespans. We're not basically conscious enough or aware enough to understand this, and it removes a big part of how beautiful this life is. But that's besides the point. What I understood, what I mean by shattered reality, is the reality that we understand, that object-based reality, is not real. The objects, the way we see them, experience them, they are not real. What is real is sensation and thought. Sensation precedes thought. Sensation creates thought. Everything in this world that we see, hear, touch, smell, and taste is a sensation. If we eat an apple, we don't taste the apple. We feel the sensation of a taste. The apple does not have a taste. The sensation gives us the experience of eating the apple. Me holding this microphone, I'm not holding the sensation of the microphone. My mind is constructing the sensation of me holding the microphone. Everything is sensation. Our physical bodies, if you look in the mirror, you're not actually seeing the body. You are seeing the colors. You're sensing the colors through your optical nerves. You're sensing the colors, you're seeing the shapes, but you're not actually seeing a body, because a body is not real. I hope that makes sense, because I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Sensations are created as part of the experience of awareness. Sensations have no edge, right? So if you touch something, if you close your eyes and you touch something, you feel the sensation of touching. The sensation of touching has no edge, has nowhere that it's gonna fall off. You can always touch, and it's always going to be a sensation. We experience the world through these sensations, and the understanding of these sensations, what a color is, a certain color is, what a certain sound is, what a certain taste is based on when we were told that taste tastes like fish, that touch feels like plastic, that color looks like green, because they have been told those things, and that's what they believe when they see it. But who says Who says that the green that that person sees is the same green that I see? Who says that that plastic that I touch feels the same way as that plastic that the other person touches? We cannot prove that the senses that we experience, the sensations, are the same. Therefore, that the reality that we experience is individualized based on the sensations that we have. But the thing that unites us all in this experience is understanding that what separates us, potentially, these sensations, are what we are. We are an amalgamation of sensations which give rise to thoughts. Sensations and thoughts give rise to the sense of duality, the ego, and the awareness. What happens in that sense of duality, the ego becomes a lot more overwhelming than awareness. We become aware of what the ego wants us to become aware of. Because awareness has a very narrow point of attention. It locks onto things that are important to whatever is the prevalent force, in this case being the ego for most of us. So what we need to understand is that in order to truly sense the world, to truly become these sensations, we need to be aware, because there's no separation between sensation and awareness. You cannot truly sense without being aware. All of the touches, everything that you touch, you need to be aware of the fact that you're touching. But the problem is that we are doing it unconsciously. We're not conscious of the fact that we are aware of touching something. We're not conscious of the fact that we are aware that we're seeing a green color. We're not conscious of the fact that we are aware that we're eating an apple. We're doing them unconsciously, driven by automatic processes in our nervous system. Everything is based on a habit, on a routine, especially these deep-rooted experiences. But the joy of life happens when you become aware and conscious of all these things happening. This is the missing spark in what makes this life beautiful. We're missing out on so much incredible experience. And this is why this practice brings so much feeling of everything falling apart, because it does feel like everything falls apart. Everything that you believe, everything that you feel like you know to be true falls apart, because a different reality comes crashing through the walls that your ego has built up based on experiences and what people have told and situations and events. And it completely shatters everything that you understood about life. And it's so overpowering because it feels more real than what you thought was real. We are simply collections of sensations. And once you understand that, you will get to know the fact that the overarching sensation, the overarching feeling of all these sensations together is love. Love brings all those sensations together. Love brings all of our sensations together. Love is the unifying force of the universe. If you understand that you are simply an awareness that translates itself through sensations in this life, you will understand that everyone is. We are extremely special because we are able to sense these sensations and experience life on a unparalleled scale, at least on our planet. And we are all the same. Everyone experiences life the same way. The only difference is a lot of us are doing it unconsciously. Isn't it beautiful? The shattering of what you think is real brings beauty and love in life. Just makes me love this practice even more. And I cannot wait to go back to meditation and spend some more time going deeper and deeper into the understanding of the basis of what reality truly is. I hope this resonates with you guys as well. I hope this makes sense. And I hope you try and seek the truth, seek better enlightenment and deeper knowledge of these practices. Like always, if you want to book a free 1-hour conversation with me, there's a booking link underneath. If you click on the link tree, the booking link is going to be there. All my socials are there as well. If you enjoyed the video, if you resonated with what I said, if it's impactful, I would highly appreciate it if you clicked the like, if you left me a comment and told me how impactful it was, or if you don't agree, I'm happy to have discussions with everyone and anyone. And share the video with like-minded people that you think might find this useful as well. Subscribe as well. Let's grow this community as big as we can, because I absolutely love seeing you guys interact on my videos and share your thoughts about what I talk about as well. If you want to support me further, all the links are underneath this video. There's also a Discord channel if you want to join me and other people, where we will discuss everything mindfulness and spirituality. There's voice chats and everything. You can speak to like-minded people. Links also underneath there. But to close this off, as always, this has been ailandas.sulcas from Productively Mindful. I love you all, truly. And I will speak to you all in the next video. Goodbye.